Speaking of cats,
unfortunately, somebody's black cat is not coming home.
oh no. Oh.
Coyote spotted with black cat in mouth.
Oh.
So the perpetual missing cat, if they never come home, probably coyote.
Although this is just a kind of a silver lining, or maybe it's cold comfort for those people who lost that beloved pet. But that coyote, if a black cat crosses your path, that's bad enough. But if you grab the black cat in your mouth and kill it, that's bad luck for like years.
I'm just wondering now if that coyote that's consumed the black cat, if he crosses my path.
Wait a minute.
Is that a double trouble kind of a thing?
If a coyote holding a black cat in its mouth crosses your path, I think all your mirrors break spontaneously. I think
that's got to be double bad luck.
Bad news, bad news.
So the poor guy that saw this probably going to have 10 years of bad luck.
He's in real trouble, and because he's in a black cat area, he's in a coyote area, and he's miserable just to happen to witness that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you stay up late at night to see that? When is that in the broad daylight? The coyotes are carrying away the cats.
I don't know. I will say I saw a fox. I mean, we don't talk about the fox too much, but I'm just driving home one day from the store, and a fox beelines across right in front of the car, and then literally like an Olympic pole vaulter is like airborne for 4 feet and goes headfirst into where they've dug up a tree and stumped it, and pulls his head out with a varmint and then trots across the street with it.
This is natural selection. The more we cause these animals to work hard to stay alive, the more athletic, the more physically fit, the more of these Olympic quality demonstrations of prowess are going to be exhibited for our eyes.
That's 100% true.
Foxes 50 years ago, 100 years ago, they couldn't do things like that. They couldn't do Olympic pole vaults and dive across roads with such skill. So yeah, it's natural selection. Only the best, most athletic, skilled foxes are going to make it now.
Yep, they're the ones bringing dinner home to the family.
That's right.
So it's what are you gonna do? But all right. On today's show, we've got neighbors behaving badly again.
Yeah,
we're gonna dive into a thread where if you've ever posted free stuff, you're gonna want to think twice about doing that.
Wow.
Dirty deeds, triggered tirades, busybodies, and missing cats. They say tall fences make good neighbors, but bad neighbors make the Right Next Door podcast.
Darren, so have you ever posted any free stuff? Come get it free on the internet?
Yes, I have. Yes, some years ago, not that long ago, but a while ago, I moved from the CRT television world to the flat screen world. And I was excited about that, excited about the new technology. So I had this massive Sony Vega, spelled W-E-G-A, television, which was state-of-the-art at the time, and had pixels. The thing had pixels the size of my little finger.
Wait, hold on a second. State-of-the-art of the time. What time are we talking about?
Well, we're talking about 1999, 2000.
Oh, I was thinking even further back than that.
So I guess it was a while ago that I had this television. It's a television that I had when I was married, and my marriage broke up many years ago.
Hopefully not over the TV.
No, we actually no, it wasn't the TV. But I finally got rid of this Sony Vega, this beautiful big television that was just state of the art at the time, pixels the size of my little finger, and put it on a free site, and it took these two guys to muscle it down from my third floor apartment. I mean, this massive, massive, massive thing, really heavy, like 300 pounds, and I replaced that with a 40-inch, 42-inch flat screen, which I carried up the stairs myself in the box.
In one arm, probably.
One arm, yeah. It was showing off. I lifted over my head a couple of times.
Oh, my
yeah. It's just the way technology has changed. For you young people out there, yeah, we used to have televisions. Yeah, they were part of cabinets. You'd have a television that was built into a cabinet.
Oh, yeah. They were actually furniture items. I remember my dad buying our first color television.
Wow.
And he had a little Zenith black and white that they got when they were first married with, remember the tuning dial that was like,
oh, yeah.
tick, 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 you had a hand The TV was so old, it didn't even get UHF channels. So I had to go to my friend's house to watch like Speed Racer and whatever cartoons were on the UHF channel. So when he got the RCA, it was like this giant, in a cabinet.
Did it have the record player with the tone arm?
No. This was a standalone. I know what you're talking about. It had the radio and the record player and the 8-track tape player all built in. No. This is just a TV. And this is how crazy. Wait, I think I can even recite to you the RCA commercial from back then, which is, and forgive me, I probably don't remember the whole thing, but the commercial went along the lines of, RCA aligns it, defines it. You remember this commercial?
No.
RCA. They talked about whatever new fad picture they had or picture tube, and they'd be like, RCA aligns it, defines it, something. And that was the TV we ended up getting.
Color in living
color.
Yeah. There was a time when the world was only black and white. I mean, you could go back. I mean, you look historically, towns were only black and white. I know you could go back. You could look at books, and there was no color in the world.
There's still some rural towns when I'm, driving to Florida that are still in black and white. No color at all.
That's right.
You order a plate of eggs and bacon in the diner. It's you can't even see what you're eating.
You can lose your appetite.
So I read this thread where this lady gives away a piano.
Wow. Okay.
And because they're moving, they got to just, free piano, come and get it.
Yeah.
So the person that comes to pick up the piano, ask if they'll pay to have the piano tuned once she gets it in her house. I'm like, you've got to be joking. Like, you gotta ask the person who's giving you a free piano if they're gonna tune it for you. I mean,
we're not going to take your free piano unless you give us a better piano than the one you advertised. And miserable. There's all these free sites. I have a friend who was very saddened. She was looking for an inexpensive sofa or chair. Maybe it's just a chair. And for one thing, I wouldn't take any free upholstered furniture because that's saying, hey, bedbugs, come to my house and ruin my life right now. But there was this chair, it looked good in the pictures, and so she actually paid to have this chair delivered to her place, and the chair was disgusting.
Oh,
disgusting! She threw up in her mouth a little bit when she saw it. There was I guess there was a side of it that was covered with
blood,
mucus or so, like a booger farm or something. I mean, really, really disgusting.
Hopefully nobody's eating while listening to this.
Oh my God!
I'm picturing crime scene cleanup where they got to get rid of.
They had to take the guys that delivered the thing had to help her get it right back to the alley to throw it away. So if you're going to give away free stuff, give away stuff that any human would want to have, for crying out loud.
Yeah, I don't. But so she actually had it picked up sight unseen then, because.
Well, she said there were pictures, but we carry around these phones now that have these incredibly accurate pictures. I don't know what picture she was looking at. Maybe this lady thought, okay, when I buy this chair, I'm going to take pictures of it in pristine condition because years from now, after it's covered with mucus and blood and fecal matter and animal droppings, I'm going to want to give it away for free, and I'm going to get some gullible lady to look at my pictures from 17 years ago and take it. Maybe that level of deviousness does exist in the world, Jeff.
Yeah, I give away stuff, but I never post it. Case in point, we replaced our wash machine, and I had fixed the other one, and it finally conked out. So this wash machine was sitting around in our basement, and I'm like, I already had the new one, so I couldn't have the guys that delivered it take it away. So my son and I just took it out and put it on the street. My wife's like, you can't put a wash machine on the street. I'm like, $50 that thing is gone in 30 minutes or less.
Yep. Yeah.
And within the hour, machine gone. So you don't have to post anything, really.
No, in the city of Chicago, you want to get rid of a table, a weight set, a television, a chair, a box of pencils. I mean, put it in the alley, it disappears.
But a word of caution with the TVs, because I didn't have the same fortune of disposing of my old giant color TVs when we went to flat screen. And so the garbage guys would not take them. They couldn't take them.
Oh,
because
it'd be recycled a certain way.
Yeah. So, but I didn't know that. So I had a TV sitting out in the alley, and the junkers came through. They didn't take the TV. There's copper in a TV.
Oh.
So I had TV parts all over the place that I had to clean up.
Yeah,
and then I talked to the guy that picks up our trash, and I'm like, how come you won't take this? And he's like, it's got to go to a recycle place. So I had to bag up all the parts, put this busted up thing in my car, and then I drove it to a place that took the old TVs. So
there's
don't
no free
put your
lunch.
TV. Yeah,
there's
no
free
TVs
lunch.
in the
There's
alley.
no giving away a free lunch. It seems.
Yeah, there's and there was it was kind of astonishing. There were multiple people posting that they had put out, chairs and luggage and old clothes and stuff. And people would show up and then they would complain that, for whatever reason, wrong color wasn't the right item.
Wrong color. Wait,
wrong color.
I need a set of blue luggage. All my luggage is blue. You advertised free red luggage. Could you go buy some blue luggage and put that out instead?
Yeah.
Although,
if it's free, I can't imagine anybody saying a ding, except for the booger covered couch, which sounds disgusting. I can't imagine anybody complaining about if it's free, you don't have to take it.
What part of free do you not understand?
I'm a huge estate sale fan, as you probably know, and much to my wife's chagrin, luckily I have good taste and only pick out the good stuff.
Well, my stepsister made her living for a while going to estate sales, and she could walk in the place and find the three things that were of value. Like, there are kinds of jeans that they have this certain kind of button on them or something, and they're worth $75 versus other jeans that are like 75 cents. And then, of course, you were looking for typewriters because you have a typewriter collection.
Right.
I have a quilt collection. I have some really nice old quilts, and old quilts have these pieces of printed fabric that you can't find in the world anymore. Terrific.
I did not know that about you. Yeah. You really collect quilts? I didn't know that.
I have 3 or 4 very nice old quilts. I also collect what they call vernacular photography, or when we were kids, they were called snapshots. But because we all have digital phones now, no one takes and prints pictures anymore. So you can get these old printed photographs, and many of them are very collectible.
See, you need to explain that to my wife, because I've got, as you've seen in my lower level lounge, that giant class graduating doctor picture from Northwestern from 1906.
Wow. Fantastic.
And the frame's fantastic. The photo's great. And every time she sees it, she's like, why do you have these doctors from 1906? I'm like, it's just a cool picture.
It's very cool. If you're ever tempted to get rid of a bunch of photographs from the 50s or 40s or teens, you have a guy here that's willing to take them.
I'll go through my stat. I probably have a bunch from the 20s that are just. I'll go through and give them all to you, because that's.
I'd love to have them.
Well, so true story. I bought this photo. It's one of those old-time oval frames that have the concave lens on it.
Yes.
It's got 2 angry-looking husband and wife photographed in it. And I bought it because I've got a really good shot that I took that I was going to have blown up to fit the frame.
Yeah.
So I mounted the frame just to make sure it was going to work where I wanted it. And the 2 old people with the angry looks are still hanging above our bed like some 5 years later. He's like, are you ever going to get rid of that photo? So that'll be one of the photos I'll be happy to give to you, my friend.
I would love to take that. I've turned my screen a little bit so you can maybe get a tiny glimpse of. There's a photograph over there. It's in an oval, concave, convex frame of my father and his brother from 30, like 40, 41, something like that. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Yeah, those old frames are so cool.
Yeah, it's one of my prized possessions. It was hanging in my grandparents' place. And when my dad passed away, it eventually came to me. I'm happy to have it.
Yeah, that's a great. My frame is a little bit different, because that looks like, is it more rectangular? I can't tell
it's
oval.
It is round with a convex glass in it.
Yeah, so that's exactly mine. It's like a burl wood kind of a print to it, and it's super cool. And
I almost get it, but no, yeah.
No, I can. It must be just a camera distorting it, but it's So I bring that stuff home and I get the cross-eyed look and what are you going to do with that? I'm
Well,
like, you'll see.
the women folk are not always happy with the stuff that we fill up their houses with, Jeff. My ex-wife and dear friend was one of the many good things about the two of us parting is she was able to get rid of my extensive collection of Batman collector cups. She was so happy to see those walk out the door with her soon-to-be ex-husband. Man, oh man, the big gulp cups with like Jar Jar Binks' head on them or whatever.
Oh my Lord! Whatever became of those?
Darth Maul. Yeah, I mean, sadly, Jeff, I think they maybe they went into an alley and somebody's resold them on the web for thousands of dollars later, hundreds of dollars. But you have to have the pristine. You can't. All these people that collect this weird old stuff, it has to be pristine. It's got to be still in the plastic. I mean,
in the box. I mean, like who's got a toy from 1968 in the box? I mean, so I don't really understand. But see, you're talking about smalls. Like some people collect the smalls. I don't have the patience for that. I try to list a few items here and there, but I've already been given the mandate. Don't buy anything else until you get rid of all the other crap that's in the garage, in the attic, in the basement. And it's not like I'm hoarding. I don't have tons of stuff, but a lot of the furniture I got for my kids when they get apartments, they just have free stuff to use.
Yeah, yeah.
And if they don't want it, then I'll just donate it to Goodwill if I can't sell it, and that's the end of it.
I've been in this place. It was my apartment and home for years, and now it's my home office. I've been in this place for many, many years, so I have collections of things, and I've got so much stuff. When I finally move out of here, or they take me out feet first, there will be a lot of stuff, and people need to very carefully listen to our podcast because when I'm gone, when the podcast ends, and Darren's no longer alive, then there'll be a lot of great free stuff coming.
There'll be free stuff Well, that's part of the reason I only collect portable typewriters, because if I ever started collecting, those big ones weigh like 80 pounds. I mean, they're crazy heavy. So I limited it to portables only because I knew I'd get myself in trouble if I started,
Well, I collect photographs, which are light. I also collect ukuleles, which are also light. My collections, people who collect anvils, barbells, extensive coin collections, record albums, those are people that, they're going to collapse the floor of their home.
Oh my God. Speaking of coins, you ever see those guys on Saturday morning, that infomercial about the coins?
Oh, well, sadly, that's people, especially elderly people, are quick to jump on those coin things, and those are always a scam. I have a friend whose mother fell into a scam where she got all these coins, and they're supposed to have value to the tune of tens of thousands of dollars, and deeply scammed. Fortunately, her brother, who is an attorney and a fierce pit bull of a guy, was able to get a significant part of her money back from that scammer, as long as he never revealed how he did it. So,
Wait, so she never got the coins? It was just like some scam that you were...
No, she got the coins, but some of the coins, but they were not worth nearly what she thought they were.
Yeah, because when you watch these guys, I'm like, no, but this has no resale value. Like, who's buying? It's like the same guys that sell the knives, and I actually was on an estate sale site. There's like 500 knives for
Cutco.
I'm like, what? What kind of, who's buying all these stupid knives with
like
eagles on them? And I was like, oh my God.
Well, all that kind of collectible stuff. John Wayne, America, Why I Love Her, right. Collector plate. Yeah. No thank you.
Yeah. Oh, well, I feel bad for like the families of the, grandma or mom who has like 80 million Hummels. And I'm like, no, nobody wants that.
I love you this much statues.
It's like, there's nobody in any generation after that one that's collecting Hummels or commemorative plates.
This is a tragic story. I dated a woman for a while who we went out for a while. There are other things that were good about the relationship, but the day I met her, the day I first went to her place, she had these porcelain statues of these women. There's a brand of porcelain statue, and you can always tell the women have these beautiful, delicate hands.
Good Lord. She collected those?
She said, oh, you collect those statues? She said, oh, they're my mother's. They're my mother's. Yeah, I don't. They're not mine. They're pretty, but they're just like kind of old ladyish, and they're very expensive. They're very, very expensive and collectible, but they're just. And I should have known there was this relationship wouldn't last long, because she had those and almost no books in her house.
Oh boy! Well, there was no room for books because
there are too many expensive porcelain statues.
Well, look, the red flag number one, if she's lying about her collection of expensive collectible porcelain statues, I would have been running for the exits.
Yeah. I'd love to hear from our listeners about what collections they have that they're embarrassed about or not embarrassed about, or collections their neighbors have or collections their parents have that they stand to inherit. And how do you tell your parents when they come over to visit you later? They come over, your parents visit you from their assisted living place. Oh, what did you do with our collectible figurines? We gave you so many beautiful figurines. There was a bride, there was a princess, there was a ballet dancer. They had those beautiful hands. Oh, don't tell me you got rid of those. They're going to break their hearts.
That would, you'd have to do that after their passing. Because
son, where's my coin collection? I'd like to go through the old Roosevelt dimes. Show me the coin collection I left you in the will.
I took it to the casino and traded it for chips. Yeah, that's but I have been told by a couple of people, like the millennials and that whole generation, when they get married, they don't even register for, like, how we get married, you register for the silver and the china, and like nobody even wants silver or china anymore. It's one of those things that are just from a bygone era.
Well, I did get my flatware in the divorce settlement, so I'm still using the stainless flatware. It's very nice,
right?
And one of the many useful things that happened after that relationship ended. So
at least your stainless is being put to good use. Ours is used Thanksgiving and I think Easter, and that's it. So you just never use the stuff. So
that's because your kids aren't around anymore to polish that silver.
Right.
No,
it's not even silver. We have stainless.
Oh, you mean the good stainless comes out on Easter?
Yeah, no. We got when we got married, we got stainless. They actually it's a really nice set, but we never use it. It's like the glasses, you're so worried about breaking a glass, that they.
I have one wine glass from my marriage. It's kind of this fancy colored wine glass from Crate and Barrel, and the day that it finally bites the dust, that'll be I'll shake my head and I'll weep a silent tear as I toss that out.
Did you take it to an engraver and a skull and crossbone etched into the side of it?
Actually, my ex-wife and I are now very, very good friends, and so we joke.
Well, that's good.
We joke. We can joke about things like about the skull and crossbones now. But
that's good that it ended amicably.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and just say that the Batman collection cup probably put her over the top.
It might have been the straw that broke the camel's back. We're having other relationship issues, and then she said, "If you bring in one more Batman collector cup, we are toast. That's the end of our relationship."
You go to 7-Eleven one more time,
and maybe I was feeling a little shaky about the relationship, and I maybe there was a part of me that purposely bought home that Darth Maul Star Wars collector cup, and she took one look, and the next day all my stuff was out on the lawn. A tragic story, a fitting end to a once promising relationship.
Wow, the force was not with you that day.
And speaking of neighbors, Right Next Door podcast here, that's when your neighbors can tell that's the end of that marriage.
That's right. So moral of this episode, if you're going to throw some stuff away, don't post it. Just stick it out on the curb or in the alley, and it'll just disappear by itself.
That's right.
You have a neighbor who's driving you crazy. Tell us about it. Right Next Door Podcast at gmail.com. The Right Next Door Podcast is an unscripted production of Eversharp Media, which takes a satirical look at local news coverage and social media. The material, views, and opinions expressed are not necessarily those of the talent, guests, or the production company. Celebrity voices impersonated, including this one.